this is Charlie Rose with ShelfGenie. I apologize, it's taken me a bit longer to get this to you than I had hoped. And I know we didn't have a lot of time to talk on it when I was there last, and I certainly apologize that we didn't go into more details. And one of the things I wanted to tell you, just because I feel like I owe it to you, it's not something that I tell everybody when I go out because I don't want it to sound like an excuse, but my father recently passed away. And so that coupled with the storms that we had, I lost about 2 weeks of time from installations because I do that as well as design appointments. So a lot of things got behind, and so I'm still shuffling to get that, and actually working this weekend as well. I'm hopeful this is the last weekend where I've got to be able to work to try to catch up. But I just thought I owed you that, and again, I apologize and probably should have let you know that on the front end. I just thought I could get this sooner to you. But with that said, let's dive right in. I want to show you the design that I had in mind and how this can help you in your space. So the nice thing that you have in looking at your cabinets here, you don't have a ton of things in here. It's not overflowing and stuffed, but I do think there's some opportunity to make some things easier for you. And what I'm going to recommend is a 3-drawer shelf solution on one side and then a 2-drawer shelf solution on the other side. The thought being we can get the majority of the things that you use here, the skillets, pots and pans that you use all the time. We really want to get them on the top 2 levels. Now I'm recommending a deeper 5-inch unit on the bottom here. That's going to be great for storing things that maybe are tall and bulky, maybe have a tendency to topple, or you might stack up. So it's 5 inches tall. Then as we get a little bit higher, we're going to do a 2.5-inch unit. It's nice to let things like handles hang over the edges in something like this because of that contoured shape or anything that bows outward like that. It's really simple to be able to utilize more space when we do it that way. So in looking at the pictures that I took and what things you had in those cabinets, you can almost get everything into one cabinet. And then I think that this allows us to be able to bring things from other areas, maybe on that pantry wall, things that you use more regularly that you want to put in a drawer system can come over here. So what I recommended and added on this side is going to be 2 5-inch drawers, and we're going to zoom in a little bit closer on it to show you. I added a divider here. That divider is adjustable and removable, so you can put it anywhere in this dimension front to back, and it allows you to separate things like lids if you want to put over here, if you have splatter screens or anything like that as well. Now, looking back at both of these, the way that I'll do this, because I'll be the one doing the installation, is the location of drawer number 2 and 3 on this side and drawer number 2 on this side are all dependent on the items that you're either putting in it or beneath it. So I'll position those at the day of install so that we maximize the height and we don't waste any space, because I don't want to move these and make them equally spaced and something still not fit. Same thing here. We want to make sure we get all the items you plan on putting in this space to fit neatly in this area. So with that, let's dive over and take a look at the pantry wall side. I want to show you what I had in mind here. I think I had this correct. You had mentioned about having 4 on one side, 3 on the other. You have enough space to probably do 5 and 5 or 5 and 4 if you wanted, but I don't want to do anything more than what you're feeling like is going to best optimize that space for you. So let's look at this area to the left side where you had, I believe, cereal and some things at the bottom. I'm recommending a slightly deeper one at 7 inches tall here, because especially if you're putting cereals or tall bulky things, if you do Costco or Sam shopping where you have bulk storage type products, this is great for that taller unit. The next 2 are going to be 5-inch depth height. Here, just showing you an example, you have room even in this space. These are drawn to scale. So for things like cereals and stuff, we can definitely put those at a level that's a little higher, maybe easier to reach and access. Then this one will position again based on what you're putting there. Now, well, the one thing I like about these slope drawers that we do here, as it starts getting up higher to, chest level and where we're having to look inside a box, the last thing we want is to be a deeper box like this that's harder to see into, especially for kids or anything like that as well. So we're going to make it a lower profile, 2.5 inches in the top, but we'll slope it in the back to 7 inches. And the nice thing about that, it can store things like oil bottles and drinks and other things that maybe have a tendency to topple over, and keep them present within that box and not have to worry about them falling out. So I really like that as a solution. I think that's perfect for pantry types. Doesn't make sense to do it everywhere, because as we see these here, you're going to be able to look down into them. But the ones that start getting up closer to chest and eye level, we want to get something where it's easier to function in terms of visibility and how it functions as far as holding product in place too. If we look over on this side, I just threw for an example. Oops, those did come out with it. But things like blenders or large mixers or anything like that, if you want to put them in the bottom, then you can certainly do that and we'll space accordingly. I'm showing you just another option here that's oftentimes done in pantry. You don't have to do this. I don't have it built into the price. I did the other divider, but not this one, so I can certainly add this if you wanted, but I just wanted to show you as an option. This is, again, adjustable and removable. A lot of times people will like this to help justify the things and keep them from sliding back. Maybe in the front it's kid snacks. Maybe in the back, it's some other things that you might want to store in a different way, so that way you can keep them segregated. So you have that option as well. And again, with this one, I came with another one on top that shows you the slope in the front. So it's small, low profile, a little bit taller in the back. And that just allows you simple, easy access to that, to those items in that space there. And then the last thing I want to show you, the request that you had here, I wanted to give you a good visual for what we were talking about in the upstairs closet. So here's what I had in mind. The white shows what you have existing. And so the green is what I'm proposing to add. And the reason why I'm adding something on the wall side is because I want to get you an adjustable shelf system. So we put shelf pins in here and we'll make this now. I'm sure you're probably aware of this, but I'll say it just to be clear. We're not going to put you green shelves in there. I just want to show you the green part's going to be what's new and what's added. So you'll have the adjustable shelving that's in here. I think that makes it nice. Now we'll have to add something on this inside wall here too that's currently there, a thinner piece, to give us that flexibility, and then we'll go here. Now the other piece, and I talked to you about this as well, about how we make this where if you ever need to take out carpet or something, you don't have to rip all of your closet out. Well, when adding this, I have that in mind. So we're going to secure this in a way that allows you to remove it if you need to. So it'll be secured against the wall and into this structure here. We're not going to go through the floor, but we'll create an easy way so that if you need to remove this, you can. So it's not going to be part of that fixed system. Again, adjustable shelves on top and bottom. I currently have it shown with 4 shelves, 2 on top and 2 on bottom. Certainly if we need to add more, we can. So this is going to be finished in wood. It's going to be painted to match. And what I like to use is I use a furniture grade, cabinet grade, very hard, durable surface. So that way, especially with shelves, we don't have to worry about it peeling or flaking or chipping. It's much more wear and tear and user friendly because of that. So with all of that, I wanted to show you kind of what all we're looking at in your space. Now let me dive right in and show you what pricing looks like as well. So if we look at everything with the designer package that we're talking about, and if you look on page 29, I believe it is, in your color page catalog that has all the pictures, it shows you the difference between the classic, basic, and designer. So basic being the entry level, classic being the mid-level, and designer being the higher end, where solid hardwood options there. So what you chose was the designer light. That's the one you pointed out there. We can certainly change that. And this is, the price would go down if you went to the classic, for example. But this is going to be a maple box. It has a waterproof and scratch resistant melamine bottom, so it's very durable in terms of wear and tear. If you spill something on it, it wipes up. It's not going to stain the bottoms. It does have a soft close undermount rail, which is super smooth, easy to use. Everybody likes those. It has a 100-pound load rating, and it has a lifetime warranty. If anything happens with the rails, the box, the installation, all of that is covered. You don't have to worry about that for the extent that you own your home. And it does have a one-time transfer option. So if you sell the home, that warranty, lifetime warranty, goes over to the new homeowner. We just have to come out and do an inspection. There is a fee for doing that as well, if that's something that interests you for down the road. The closet modification is $910 to do that. Again, that's everything installed and finished with the paint grade, the cabinet grade painting matching that we would do there. The total is $79.54. The biggest piece of the materials is $68. Labor of $764, and then the delivery fee for the product as well. So take a look at that. Let me know what questions you have. If this is something that design needs to change, if budget needs to be considered, if all of these things, let me know what we need to be able to do to tweak that. We'd love to be able to earn your business. And again, I apologize for the time that it took me to be able to get everything to you. But I certainly appreciate you being patient and understanding, and hope to be able to earn your business. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful start on the week.